Sir? Yes? Are you at New Wave Church, sir? No, children, I'm not. I'm here again to teach you some new spells. Wow, sir. What spell is this, sir? Teach children. Sir, are you going to be a Muggle teacher now? We want you in Hogwarts teaching us dark Muggle arts and dark arts, sir. Children, unfortunately, I have to teach adults how to teach children. And the lesson, children, is child safety. And any child above 3 or 4 should get basic forms of child safety lessons. For if we have a world where 242,856 children are being recorded as they're raped, and it's available freely on the internet, then clearly we're not doing enough at an education point of view to teach children. So, children, what I've devised is a curriculum which is called Child Safety Lessons, and ideally it will be carried out by charities like 1 in 4 or other similar charities that can come in and teach children safely without harming their development by being too vivid. However, my suggestion is this: there is a balance between a child's innocence and them knowing exactly what to do and say to prevent against child rape. And I lean towards being more explicit rather than protecting their innocence, because clearly we're not protecting them at all, are we? Sir, can you talk us through the curriculum in child safety lessons? Yes, children. So, number 1 is language of abuse. Now, what they use a spell or a trick, these abusers that abuse and rape and torture and maim children on a regular basis. They use a trick, which is a command followed by a threat. Don't tell, or I'll hurt you even more. So they're already hurting them, but they're threatening to be even more violent. So the command is don't tell, and then the threat is I'll hurt you even more. Now, if a child is taught that that is a spell, a trick being used on them, they're more likely to come forward rather than fear the threat itself. And it will stop them doing that. That's the most common spell that they use on children, and it works. And the reason it works is children aren't told that it exists. If they're told that it exists, it's less likely to be useful in future. The other horrible spell that they use is they use emotional guilt to trick the child by saying it's your fault that I'm about to rape you. It's your fault that this is about to happen to you. And what that does is, when the child thinks that it's their own fault, that they themselves are the criminal, they're not going to come forward, because they think that they're in the wrong, that they're bad. You don't ask somebody for help after you steal a chocolate bar, do you? So it's just, and the experts know all of the other spells. I just know a few. I've worked out a few spells. But there are many, many, many spells. And the way we find out what those spells are is we listen to the survivors. Not me, the real heroes, the survivors. We listen to them and we say, what did they say to you? How did they isolate you? What language did they use to perpetrate more abuse for a longer period of time? Tell us everything that happened. And we collate all of the information together from as many survivors as possible, either using some sort of large questionnaire that initially just has multiple choice questions, and then we use one that has open questions. A mass census of survivors of sexual abuse to find out what the common denominators are, and once we know what the common denominators are, we can teach them to children to prevent it happening in future. I unfortunately am one man, children. Whilst I possess many, many spells, and I'm the coolest wizard on the planet and the wizarding world and what lies beyond the wizarding world, I only know so much. So we listen to survivors. And then how to record evidence. So what's evidence? Well, essentially what it is when somebody's used a really horrible, evil spell on you and has tortured you violently, what you can do afterwards is you can write down what magic they used on you, or you can record it in an audio note. So you record an audio note, send it to a friend or send it to your mummy or somebody that you trust. Mr. X did Y to me at X place. This is the 3rd time he's done it. That's it. That's all you need to do. Record that on an audio note, send it. If you're a little bit older, what you can also do is go into your notes, be as detailed as you can. Mr. X did this to me at this time. He did this, 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 and this. This is his full name. This is his job. And you just take a screenshot and you just send it to one of your friends. And once it's sent and the metadata is saved, then we will get justice a lot quicker. And then if there's a school policewoman, you can just go to the school policewoman and say this happened at this day, and it keeps happening. And I hate it. And then we have access to trained professionals that come into schools. These charities, 1 in 4, they come into schools, they do talks every term, once a term, to every school. They go to each one and they get lots of funding, because I tell you that you should fund them, and then you fund them, and there's many other ones which I'll tell you about as well. And then 4 and 5, not ready yet, but access to safety seeking symbols, distress symbols that children can use. And then if all else fails, and we should do this anyway, self-defense. Sir, I think this spell is going to work. I think so too, children. And I think that a world where 242,857,000 children are daily raped and recorded on the internet is coming to an end. I think there'll be a tsunami of people coming forward, children coming forward, and then eventually the waters will still, and it will be the odd crazed lunatic that dares attack a child, knowing that the child will just report it immediately through multiple different avenues that we've created. Yes, children? Nothing, sir. We like this spell. I do too. A new world is upon us. Goodies unite.